let's give it to this new governor, His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo. I think his life depicts humility. This a young man that has empathy. I've seen that with him. Within his first 2 months, I began to see a different person from who I canvassed against. I won't lie to you. I began to see a leader who has empathy, a leader who has his people at heart.
I will want to ask you, how would you describe the politics, the kind of politics you play in Kogi State?
Thank you so much. Is it different from the way it's played in other states? If it's different, it's because of a heterogeneous factor. Well, of different ethnic groups in Kogi State. And the Kogi politics is likened to the Nigerian politics. Let's be truthful to ourselves as Kogi Easterners. I'm not proud
With what you are saying?
with what I'm saying. How many laws have been made? How many motions have been made that pertains to where I'm coming from, the Ida Federal Constituency? Prompt payment of salary has been a prioritized issue for him. It is prioritized. No matter how you want to see it, for some persons, they don't see it as achievement. But if we use that same issue
Yes.
as campaign issue, as campaign tool against him, if that person is now doing that thing you said he can't do, won't you give it to him?
In terms of projects, can you say that he's doing well? Infrastructural development.
Like I said earlier, is work in progress. The legislative business has to do more with your ability to lobby. I've always said that on my platform. It's your ability to lobby. Do our people have that ability? Amongst the three of them, from the Ida Federal Constituency, the Ankpa Federal Constituency, and the Dekina, if we have to give the rating, Ali should have, let's say, 6/10. The rest of them is below par. Maybe 3/10, 4/10.
You mean they are not doing anything?
Sir, they shouldn't seek re-election.
A very good day to you and welcome to another edition of this podcast show. Today I have one of your own in the studio, and together we'll be discussing politics and governance in Kogi State. His name is Michael Achor Joshua. He's a public commentator, and for as many of you that have been following him on social media, you should be very familiar with this face. Sir, you're welcome to this episode of the podcast.
Thank you very much, Oga Studio, Mr. Danso, for having me in your studio. I must tell you, or I must confess rather, that it's a great work you are doing here.
All right, thank you.
I love what's happening here.
All right, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yes, today we'll be looking at governance. We'll look at politics, we'll look at governance as far as Kogi State is concerned, because this is where we all are currently.
Yes.
So, but before we dive into the discussion, tell me, if for somebody who has not met you before, how would you want to introduce yourself to the person?
Well, like you rightly introduced me, I'm a public commentator, and I mostly dwell in the political spheres, especially when it has to do with Kogi State in particular. My name is Michael Achor Joshua from Igalamela, Odolu local government, from the Achor Obaka Oti clan, Okenya, in Ajaka Ward 1.
Interesting. Okay, let's move into the discussion proper. You know, Kogi is the way you play politics in Kogi State is usually different from other parts of the state, of the country rather, probably because of its multi-ethnic nature. But then I will want to ask you, how would you describe the politics, the kind of politics you play in Kogi State?
Thank you so much. Is it different from the way it's played in other states? If it's different, it's because of a heterogeneous factor. Well, of different ethnic groups in Kogi State. And the Kogi politics is likened to the Nigerian politics. What you have in Kogi is what you also experience at the larger platform of the country. Our diverse ethnicity, we should have more than 10 ethnic groups in Kogi State.
In Kogi alone?
Yes, we only majorly factor these three major tribes, the Igalas, Ibiras, and the Okums. But beyond that, we have the Basange, the Basankwomu for the Kogi East. We also have the Nupes, the Oworos, so many. So when you see, within just this 21 local government, more than 10 ethnic groups. And you don't expect the politics in this place to just flow. No. Everybody wants his or her voice to be heard. And that's why you see maybe it's somehow different from what's happening in Lagos. Lagos is more of an homogeneous society dominated majorly by the Yorubas. Then when you go to Edo State, same thing, even if they have their different dialects. Like,
because the reason why I ask this question is the fact that, when you come to social media space, especially that of Kogi social media space, there's always, political rivalry, a lot of, for every day you visit the social media space, there's always an attack. You say that you attack my party or I attack your party, or you attack my leader, I attack your leader. That is why I'm asking this question. I don't know if you get this.
Okay, for that aspect, I was going the tribal or the ethnic line. But for the aspect of what's it called? Supporters of leaders attacking one another, like we have recently in Kogi, it's something that is expected in every political game. Take it to United States of America. You see supporters of Biden attacking supporters of Donald Trump. It's practiced everywhere globally. It's not just a Kogi thing. It's not a Kogi thing. Maybe as we are very loud on the social media space, no doubt. Kogi youth are very, very loud on the social media space, specifically the Facebook. We are very loud there.
Okay.
And it's somehow, even though for the insult, it allows for healthy competition. But when they start going derogatory, that's where we have issues.
Okay. All right. Let's move a little bit down to governance. We have a new governor in the state, not new again, because he has spent about 2 years in office already.
Yes, 6 or 7 months or so now.
Okay, so now, and the cry has been that things have not been moving well in the state even before his arrival as a governor. And today, coupled with some policies and prompt payment of salaries and 1 or 2 projects going around in some parts of the state, how would you describe the state? Can we say that the expectation of Kogites, is already getting to reality with the new governor, His Excellency Ahmed Usman Ododo?
Let's give it to this new governor, His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, as is fondly called the chief servant.
Yeah.
I think his life depicts humility. This a young man that has empathy. I've seen that with him. If you recall, period to his election, I wasn't on his side. I canvassed and campaigned vigorously against him, no doubt, because of my own sentiment, like we stated in the initial interview question you asked.
Yes.
But within his first 2 months, I began to see a different person from who I canvassed against. I won't lie to you. I began to see a leader who has empathy, a leader who has his people at heart. And so far, so good. Let me just stop here and say, for him, I want to describe his leadership so far as work in progress. He's progressing on a daily. He has the people at heart, and that is why prompt payment of salary has been a prioritized issue for him. It is prioritized. No matter how you want to see it, for some persons, they don't see it as achievement. But if we use that same issue as campaign issue, as campaign tool against him, if that person is now doing that thing you said he can't do, won't you give it to him? So for that, the welfare of the people vis-a-vis payment of salary, which transcade down to the business people on the streets, as a Kogi, we've been here for a while now, and we know how things are moving better. That's the truth. I'm not trying to be psychophantic or trying to overhail him, but give it to him. We've had a serious shift from where we used to be.
In terms of projects, can you say that he's doing well? Infrastructural development.
Like I said earlier, is work in progress.
Okay.
If I'm to score him, I won't give him a 10-10. I won't give him a 9. He's just 1 year, 6 months or so into his administration. and you don't expect construction work. Construction work are normally work in progress. You don't expect things to just happen overnight. Yes, recently contracts were awarded the two new universities in Kogi State, the Cruise Tech and Kogi State University Kaba. Those are major works. And he went round even yesterday to do a flag off of a 12.5 kilometer road at Unosi, what is it called, in Ajakuta local government.
Okay.
That, though it's a collaborative work between the World Bank ramp and the Kogi State government. Yes, the state government has their own impact on that project too. So if I'm to score his developmental stride infrastructurally,
Yes.
I'll give him a 7/10 because it's still a work in progress. Thank you so much.
All right, let's look at it. You are from the eastern part of the state, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now, if you look at what's happening in that axis of the state, you have representatives at different level of the national assemblies, like the Senate and the House of Representatives. Which of them do you think they're performing to expectation? And if you will, want to make a recommendation, which of them do you think should have a re-election?
From the Kogi East or
from Kogi East?
From Kogi
Where
East.
you come from? Yes.
This is a very, very tight corner you've put me with this question. But if I must be honest with you, our viewers out there would think because on this particular issue I'm partisan, my own political principle is in the game too.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying this because of his participation. I'm not. Let's be frank with ourselves. Let's be truthful to ourselves as Kogi Easterners. When you want to do a comparative analysis between what happens in some house of federal constituencies,
Yeah.
and you bring it down to from what we see online. Let me start with my own federal constituency, Ida federal constituency. I'm not proud
with what you are seeing.
With what I'm seeing. Yes, they will come with whatsoever they feel. That's his own supporters. But sincerely, if they are truthful to themselves, they are not proud. The voice of Ida federal constituency is not heard at the National Assembly. For these 6 years now, our voice is not heard.
There have been pockets of projects being displayed on the social media.
Now, what's
part of their causes?
Let me ask you too now. Let me throw this question to you. What's the core function of a legislator?
To make laws.
How many laws have been made? How many motions have been made that pertains to where I'm coming from, the Ida federal constituency? These are the Ankpa. Yes, I can give it to Ankpa federal constituency, Honorable Alims. To a great extent, I think he's the best among them, the three of them. I don't think I've met him. None of them that I've had a one-on-one with. So my judgment here is very, very unbiased. It's based on what I see. Alims, yes. Yeah, I should have a voice there too because my wife is from Ankpa federal constituency. Alims, it may not be perfect, but amongst the three of them, from the Ida federal constituency, the Ankpa federal constituency, and the Dekina, if we are to give the rating, Ali should have, let's say, 6/10. The rest of them is below par. Maybe 3/10, 4/10.
They mean they are not doing anything?
Sir, they shouldn't seek re-election. For those who have even done that, God have graced them to do 2 tenure.
What if their people ask them to go back?
Every politician will tell you their people ask them to go back.
Okay.
And who are these their people? Are those of us that are not asking for their comeback, not their constituents? We are their people. Yes, there must be decent voices. And those decent voices may be those that are aligned with what they are doing. But for the majority, I put it to you, sir, the Ida federal constituency, if you put it in a free and fair election, there won't be a comeback for him.
Wow.
I said this with all sense of sincerity. I have close allies with him now. They are my friends. They are there. One or two have called me, have approached me that let's look for a way for a third term. And I said, it's not about the number of years you stay. It's good they are asking for a comeback for the third term. As they want to put it, that it's when they have third term, they will be able to do more.
Yes.
And I beg to disagree. Because we have seen first-timers. doing exceedingly great in this business of representation.
Could it be the reason why there is always a comparison between the Eastern Senator and the Central Senator?
Of course, she's a first-timer, even if I'm no longer her fan. I used to be her fan, but for one or two reasons. But when you bring it to capacity base, has she been able to deliver a lot? Recently, I was having discussion with some of my friends from the Central, and they told me that yes, she's stubborn, yes, she should have apologized, but even while on suspension, she's still delivering for them, for her people, for her constituent. And she's a first-timer. She's a first-timer.
But again,
I'm not her fan.
Is a comparison necessary?
It is necessary.
What
That's what
necessary.
now. That's what breeds competition, and from competition, your best will come out. Yes, she has just 5 local governments to deal with, and in Kogi East we have 9 local governments, almost same resources, but again, the business of legislative, the legislative business has to do more with your ability to lobby. I've always said that on my platform. It's your ability to lobby. Do our people have that ability? I must sincerely tell you, it's lacking. It's lacking.
So in this case, what do you think the people should do, or the people that are representing you currently?
They should up their game. Those representing us, if you have your best of hand, you wouldn't want to have them changed. You wouldn't like to have them change. If people are delivering for you what they are asked to do, and even do more, you will love them to stay there perpetually. It's not a bad thing to have a third term. We've seen in the American Senate where someone will stay for 20-something, 30-something years.
Yeah.
Why are they re-electing such persons? Because their voices are heard and their people are pleased with what they are doing. It's just because the Nigerian political or electoral system is so faulty. You know, some of these our persons won't even have a second chance to come back. They won't. But because of our faulty electoral system, they find their way back. My advice to them, I want the best of hand to represent the Igala or the Kogi Easterners. I want the best of hands. So if they are not doing well as it is currently, they should up the game. They should up the game. I say this with all sense of unbiased sentiment or disposition from myself. Let them do the best that the people ask them to do.
Okay, let's hope that things get to change as they have some few months year to
Of course.
to round up their tenure. I want to look at if you look at the session of between Itobe and Ayingba Ajegu, Aziz, there has been a lot of cases of kidnapping in that axis of the state currently, and it's almost happening on everyday basis. What do you think about this issue and challenge? And what do you think the government and the people can do to reduce this case of kidnapping in our state?
A very close friend of mine almost fell victim to this issue 2 days ago. He said it himself and his boss, they were traveling from Ayiba, close to that Ochadamu, that's axis.
Yes.
They were lucky they saw those guys ahead in time, so they stopped. They saw how these other guys were moved
Into
the bush. Now imagine if that my friend was kidnapped. You think I'll be at peace? There's no way. I'm one of his closest in this town. Maybe I'll be the one that will be doing the negotiation. So I won't have my peace too. Now, it's a tripod team. The people, the government, and the security agencies.
Yeah.
The people, and when we talk about the people, our traditional rulers from Kogi East, I think they are one of our major problems. They allocate lands to these people to just come dwell for whatsoever negotiation they have with them. I don't know.
You mean the traditional rulers know about the kidnappers?
I am not saying they know about the kidnappers, but they granting what's it called, permission for these people to dwell in our bushes also gives this ample opportunity for these guys to also thrive. That's the truth. There's serious crisis in my local government. Is it last week or so, where a village were almost ransacked. I saw the video of people leaving that community. How did that happen? We have community heads there. They see movement of illegal there are people that are not of their community. They know them. We know ourselves. If you see some, we should be able to ask questions and also report to the necessary security agency. Do they do such? And now for the security agencies, when you talk about that route from Itobe to Anyiba, you have like 3 or 4
checkpoints,
naval checkpoints,
yeah,
3 or 4 police checkpoints, then 2 or so vigilantes. Now, that's a kilometer or 50 something, or it's not up to 60 kilometers from Itobe to Anyiba. And we are having these issues on a daily basis, same axis. What this checkpoint only do is to collect money from commuters. Now, when you told these checkpoints together, I'll have more than 10 checkpoints on that route or close to.
between Itobe and Anyiba.
Between Itobe and Anyiba. Yet that road is not well security marshaled. 1 or 2, 3 persons have told me when kidnap cases are happening, they will tell them they are not supposed to leave that point. So why are you on the road for? Why are you on the road? If you are not supposed to leave entering on. And most times where they put themselves are in communities, not
middle of the town.
Not middle of the town, not on the bush path. So that I see some kind of, I don't want to use the word complicity, but in the original sense,
but do you
that
think
is what
the government is proactive in this case?
The government of Kogi State, give it to them when it comes to the issue of security. When it comes to the issue of security,
day by day,
what is the government supposed to do? Are they to enter the bush? No, they are to empower the vigilantes and the other security agency, which they have done. They provided vehicles. And I saw the Kogi, what's it called? Vigilantes with some different kind of arm, not the normal Dane gun like before again. And it's provided by the government. They have played their part. The only thing I think maybe the government should do more this time is to charge the leadership of the security agencies in Kogi State. They should be more proactive. They should be proactive. The government is doing the much we know they should do. Yes, can they do better? Yes, by providing more necessary equipment in combating these guys. The advanced technological security technology, how do I put it, apparels or apparatus that can be used to fish out where these guys are. Maybe the government should provide that. If we don't have that,
probably relocate those checkpoints to those
splash points where we used to have the security challenges. They are staying in the middle of town. They should leave those places. They should leave those places. Let them go to those points where we have these kidnap cases. They should leave the town they are staying in. All virtually out of this 9 to 10 checkpoints we have on that route, virtually 6 or 7 out of it are located in where people are living. They should go beyond where they are staying.
Okay. All right. I hope that something is done urgently and have this kidnap issue arrested. So if not, people will not be able to travel, from Lokoja to, the eastern part of the state.
I'm even scared of flying that route these days. I'm scared. Once you are going, you have to do special prayers. That's the truth. You can't just travel that route without serious fear. You have that all through the journey. If it's before you sleep, if you want to, but now you are on the alert. You cannot. So government want to beg you, especially Governor Dodo, charge these security leaders in Kogi State to be more proactive, to move from where they are staying to where these kidnap cases are happening. And whenever there's a case like that, they should be charged to move there. They should not tell people this is where we are stationed to work. No, sir. No, sir. His Excellency, kindly let me use this medium to appeal to you to charge them. They should go beyond where they are staying. It's not helping commuters. Was it 4 or 5 days ago? A whole 18-seater bus.
Yeah.
All of the
Yeah.
passengers were moved into.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you understand? Then the next day, the Gulf. It's a daily occurrence.
About yesterday, same issue happened on
You
that.
can't now. I've not even got a report of that. So it's a menace already on that part of the state. Yes, the government is doing its best, but there's room for improvement.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. As we go down close to the end of this discussion, I want to ask your opinion, your advice to youth in politics, in government, how they should, behave, especially on social media. Youth, especially those that are, taking politics too personal and too attacking.
Just yesterday was International Youth Day, which I happened to participate. Organized by the Kogi State Ministry for Youth and Sports Development in collaboration with National Youth Council of Nigeria. This issue was discussed about, and to my fellow Kogi youth, let's not make politics our primary office. Let politics, yes, involving in politics is very good, but let's make it our secondary office. Let's have a primary office. It's when it's your primary office that you go very personal.
Yeah.
In attacking it, to look like they want to collect food from your mouth. But when you have another thing doing, once you have another thing doing, that overzealousness, that seriousness to be an attack dog won't be there. It won't be there. Once your hands are busy doing one or two things, you will not have too much of a time to engage in abusing people. Like we'll see, especially in our own flank, the Kogi East. It's there you see. I saw someone recently use a very nasty word for someone who has risen from not just being a medical doctor. He just obtained his PhD in medicine yesterday. One-time commissioner. This is someone, when that boy will see him, will not even be able to gather that how do I put it, to go even talk to him. I want to implore us to do this thing jeje. Let me use that balance. Let's do politics jeje. Let's not make enemy out of it. Unfortunately for the youth, these leaders you are attacking yourself for, these leaders you are fighting yourself for, they dine and wine behind the scene.
Yeah, they always have a meeting point.
They have a meeting point where they will clink their glasses of wine together, and you no go there.
Yeah.
So please, let's apply decorum, let's apply wisdom in our interaction when it has to do with politics. Please. And let's there just be one Kogi. Yes, the politics of ethnicity, let's tone down a bit. Let's pipe low. Make we do and je.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Comrade Michael, for coming to Oga Studios this time, and we hope that next time when we have other societal issues and topics, we'll call on you. You definitely.
I will surely be here. I want to be here often.
All right. Thank you so
You
much.
have a very great place, and I think Kogi should come and learn from you. Thank you so much, Dansofo Usman, for what you're doing.
All right. Thank you for availing yourself, coming to the studio of Oga Studio. Until next time, when we get to bring another person talking about topical issues, societal issues. My name is Dansofo Usman. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this particular video. Until next time, bye-bye.